Today's lesson is on photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which autotrophs, or plants in our case, convert sunlight into sugar. This occurs only in the leaves of the plants. The chemical equation for photosynthesis is this: carbon dioxide plus water is converted into sugar and oxygen. So that carbon dioxide and water can only convert in the presence of some energy. And where do plants get their energy from? From the sunlight. Okay, so that energy provides the oomph to be able to take that carbon dioxide and that water and to convert it into sugar and oxygen. So if we were to put this formula into letters, we're going to do CO2 plus H2O for water, and we'll add the sunlight plus the sun, converts to sugar, which is C6H12O6 plus O2, which is oxygen gas. Some extra information for you. There are many pigments in autotrophs which are essential for photosynthesis, and the most important one is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is actually the pigment that absorbs certain wavelengths of light and reflects certain wavelengths of light in order to allow photosynthesis to happen. So because something is green in color, right, chlorophyll is green, it's actually going to reflect green light, and it absorbs things in the blue, purple, and red spectrum. So this is the absorption, which colors of light, which wavelengths of light chlorophyll absorbs. The chloroplast is the cell organelle that contains the chlorophyll pigment. The chlorophyll pigment is located in these little discs. There are tons of these little discs, and one plant cell can contain up to 1,000 chloroplasts, and all of those chloroplasts are designed to photosynthesize. So what happens to all that sugar that a plant actually makes? Plants use the sugar for energy to grow, as we saw in our peas that were just germinating. And they store it as starch, or it could be stored as regular glucose, sugar, carbohydrates. Some plants will use it to make cellulose. As we talked about, cellulose is the carbohydrate for structure, right? To make cell walls, to make that tough material around the cells. And here is a diagram of the whole process here. So this big yellow thing represents a chloroplast. And we have our sunlight, our water, and our carbon dioxide going in to the chloroplast. And then we have a bunch of reactions that happen here. We have the light reactions because that's the part that happens with the light. And in the light reactions, that water molecule is actually broken apart, and those oxygens are released as waste. And those hydrogens show up here. Those hydrogens from the water go over to this part of the process. And then we have our carbon dioxide that goes in, and we build a sugar. So you've got your carbons right here, the oxygens are here, and the hydrogens actually came all the way back from the water molecules that they took in. So the carbon dioxide and the water combine together and get rearranged into glucose and oxygen as a waste product. So those are the basics of photosynthesis.